Ladies and gentlemen, remember that tonight's match is being live streamed in association with We TV, We Digital TV at WeDigital.ca. So send a note to your friends who aren't here today and get them to watch the game live in a professional broadcast at WeDigital.ca.
All right, here we go. Yep. 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 Here we go. Okay. Okay, Saints versus.
So you can just say next time we'll be here at the Acumen Center. We'll be talking football with the Saints. Just bring it up like that.
And you said it's the Beefeaters in town? Just to double check? Okay. London. Okay. All right. We'll plug. Okay. We'll do. We'll do. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome everyone to Windsor, Ontario for the final game of Windsor City FC's League One Ontario season. Today, Electric City FC is in town as they look to keep their playoff hopes alive in this matchup here on We Digital. Good evening everyone, I'm Justin Prince, glad to have you with us from Acumen Stadium, the campus of St. Clair College in the Rose City, as a lot is on the line, to say the least, when it comes to Electric City. They look to try and win today while hoping for some luck in the table to try and make the playoffs. While Windsor City FC looks to finish on a high note here at their home stadium. Lots to discuss when it comes to the matchup, but lots in depth in turn as we get set for our respective sides to get themselves in today's matchup. Electric City getting themselves all situated, ready to go. Once again, from the Electric City in the Peterborough region. At 10-5-4, they need a win today and points dropped by both Burlington and Guelph tomorrow to move on. Starting off in goaltending today, Zudvik Temiko. Starting in net, Heath Buckley. Alongside Ben Obaro. Starting alongside Oshana and Alvarez, Kreslik, Seymour, and Weisgroff, as well as Wisdom and Lewis. The starting lineup for today for Randy Ribeiro and his team. Windsor City FC, meanwhile, looking to finish off strong for this campaign. Going 0-3-1 on the road. They have today a player who made 3 appearances on the road in net, Joshua Savoni. Also in the lineup today, Riley Draculic alongside Bastian Aguilera, Nikola Kornia along with Braden Stevanovic, the strong youngster. Then it's Owen Antoniuk alongside Aja Papachik alongside Fabian Francis. Kellyan Lobel alongside Mohamed Akabar alongside in the lineup today. Just about all set to go. Let's take a look at the officials for today's matchup. The officials for this respective tilt here in Windsor today, featuring Marko Grubicic alongside Vasiljic, alongside Jose Casquelas, alongside Edward Rosillo on your officials today. And once again, sunny skies above Windsor, Ontario. The wind gusts always a factor when it comes to this ballpark and this respective pitch. 20 kilometers an hour, the speeds. Going as high as 13 kilometers an hour on the wind breeze in the south. Just prior to today's matchup. Feeling like 24 degrees here as the sun starts to set. This is the only nighttime matchup of the season, keep in mind, for Windsor City FC at their home pitch. All other matchups previously Sunday afternoon tilts. Windsor City FC just about set to start things off. It's the final game of the season for League One Ontario play for Windsor City FC. Electric City FC, their opponents, were underway from the Rose City. Starting things off is Francis. Pass near side. Carr. Quickly taken away by Electric City. Electric City trying to play things a bit patient. That's been one of the major mindsets coming into this matchup. Talking with Coach Ribeiro, mentioning they want to control possession in all facets of the match tonight. And calling this a must-win. Because of the urgency with the playoff situation. They are 7th in the table entering today. Still trying to work from the near side. Off a couple headers. Around Binabaro. Now moving just outside the box. Surrounded by Windsor City FC players. Take it away. Quickly picked back up. Binabaro. Couldn't hold on to it. Kick back towards midfield. Just past the minute mark here in Windsor. Glad to have you with us here on We Digital. Live from Acumen Stadium for League One Ontario play. There's on the near side. Ben Kresvik. Now pass far side. Trying to work through the traffic, Alex Lewis. Lewis named a Player of the Week in League One Ontario play for the Premier Division just this past week. Taken back away by Windsor City. Moved up on the attempt. Caro quickly passed up and quickly bobbled by the goalkeeper. Temiko having some trouble for a moment. Kicks it along. Just 2 minutes into play. Taken up with some tempo to Lewis. 3 goals on the season for Lewis. Floated up towards the near side for the box. Nigel Buckley looking up and over the woodwork for our first goal kick of the match. Now Joshua Savoni starting off in net tonight. A majority of the matchups started by one of his counterparts in Dante Carrero. But Savoni this season has made 3 starts, 270 minutes played, 6 goals allowed coming into today. Getting the 4th start of the campaign to end off said campaign here tonight. So after having to carry it back in, the goal kick. It's kept along the far side. Windsor City FC struggling to get past the halfway point of the pitch. Able to do so here. Taken up by Brian Stevanovic. Stevanovic Passed on the give and go, the slide, and just wide. And the goal kick on the first shot attempt of the game from Windsor City. Now they hit the target, but a three-pronged attack sets up the goal kick for Electric City. Now for Electric City, Domenico, 17 previous starts on the campaign, 1,510 minutes, just 16 goals allowed, under a goal a game. Has picked up one yellow card and red card this year, however. About 4 minutes into play. Worked around, Daniel Osama. Creswick. Lewis. Move back along towards midfield and Logos. Work back with Elijah Seymour. Seymour gets it right back. Continuing to play around the midfield, trying to spin around. Antoniuk, nearly breaking things up. Back and forth. Creswick. Move to Lewis. Battling for the ball. And a quick whistle. And quickly kicked back along by Electric City, not taking too much time for a free kick chance. Move back along the midfield. On the carry forward, Alvarez. Through the traffic, Alvarez. Looking for the shot. Down on the turf, Savoni for a second. Able to kick it away from trouble. Kick back along the far side and looking to bring it back into touch, Electric City. Quickly thrown back in, and that's been the tempo so far set by this squad. Electric City throughout the season, very strong. At that 10-5-4 record, 34 points, but just 2 points out of the top 6. Plus 27 goal differential this year. Windsor City FC taking it back. Moved up by Antoniuk. Looking up for Stevanovic. And quickly broken up. Broken up by Fiveshaft. Players in good spirits earlier tonight while preparing for today's matchup. Knowing the pressure on when it comes to their playoff hopes. Windsor City FC a chance to play spoiler tonight. Lewis. Kicked about. Looking away, Seymour working amongst the defensive layer, still with Creswick. Seymour. Now along the far side, looking down the field for Lewis. Selling up to Savoni. And Savoni throws it away. Back along the near side. Abkar. Taken away by Lewis once again. Lewis not making things easy to break through so far in the early going. About 7 minutes into play. 0-0, still your score. Buckley. Move back quickly. Alvarez trying to work along. Back to the other side. Creswick. And kicked out. Throw in Windsor City. Windsor City FC, as mentioned, having some struggles on the road for the end of their respective season, losing to Burlington SC in London, as well as Derby FC. As they pick up the free kick. So whistle off the tackle. They did tie, however, to the Woodbridge Strikers on August the 6th. Windsor City FC calling for pressure. Still looking for the first shot on target in the box. Picked up quick. Domenico. Munstall's working quick in the green jerseys today for the goalkeeper. Back down the field quick. On the chance, the shot. Off the side of the mesh. Nigel Buckley with the shot. And the first major chance just goes about a foot wide.
Please come to the booth.
And a great chance for Buckley to try and break through on the scoring in the very early going. Buckley, 9 goals, the team leader after all in 18 matches. Saboni looking to set things down. And he's Cuevas, today's backup goalkeeper for reference for Windsor City. And very far down the field, but right to Lewis again. Electric City controlling all the possession time so far, just about. Artemenko. Now move back and forth. Heath. Back to Creswick. Lewis. Kick back and on. What's the defensive layer? Midfielder still approaching a little bit. Still playing near side. Seymour, able to kick it along. Taken up, looking for space. Vibe shout. Up on the attack. And some contact in the box. No whistle. And it's kicked away by Saboni. Right back to the opposing goalkeeper in turn. Just past 10 minutes into the match. 0-0. And no shots on target despite several attacks already from both sides. Holding on to it. Shana. Back along Creswick. Move back again, Heath. Heath getting it back amongst the defenders. Work to midfield. Shana having to pass quick. Dribbled up by Seymour. Heading the back of a Windsor City player who can't kick it away. A chance pass to Lewis, quickly broken up. Lewis trying to get the break up back in. And Electric City with the throw-in coming up to bring it back into touch. So a tight sequence once more there as they set things up for the throw-in. It's like Windsor City now in call with the ball. Francis quick. And kick back to Electric City again. Heath. Moved up along Seymour. Trying to move forward off Wisdom. Up on the chance. Nabarro. Dribbled out, but a signal for the corner. First corner kick coming up for Electric City. Seymour to kick. Looking for the header, broken up. No one's down there. The goalkeeper was also far out of the box on the other side. Moving up, Stevanovic, setting up the attack, but it's offsides. Antoniuk open, but at least a few strides open down the field. So one of the best chances Windsor City has had today goes awry. A good heads-up play from Braden Stevanovic. Electric City now back with it. around Creswick. Looking ahead is Heath. Electric City now just playing soft tempo. Now they go ahead. Seymour. They've been setting up these chances all day and taken out for the corner kick. Windsor City last to touch it. And a mistake down the goal line, trying to chase after it in the box. The second time in about 3 minutes, Seymour for the corner kick. Looking again, the header pushed back out of the box, but a player is down, and immediately the officials checking in. And immediately a signal for the trainer after a battle for a header, drawing significant contact in the box. Let's take a look. And right there on the landing, you see off the shoulder, maybe just below the head. But the officials still being careful here. That is Gianni Ferry. And there's the reason initially that was signaled. So no substitutions signaled for yet. But they will set Electric City in Windsor City FC's side of the pitch. About 15 minutes in. Looking around to Seymour. Creswick to Lewis. Looking around, Seymour to the other side of the box. The quick flick. Misses, but kept in by Electric City on the slice. Seymour, a reset. Savoni with the catch and the stop. Windsor City trying to throw in stride. Once again, Stevanovic trying to break through on space. Looking for the quick pass, no one there. Still not backing out of the play, though, as it's kicked back to the defensive layer. Now, Stevanovic, keep in mind, has had a very strong past couple weeks away from the home facility, including appearances as the MVP of the TFF Showcase Camp 2 weeks ago. 50 invitations sent out for that camp. He watches the slide as it's kept out from a shot attempt by Lobel. Lobel able to break up the chance before Lewis can get a shot up close. And to bring it back into touch is Lewis. Once again, Alvarez. Savoni breaks it up in the air. Now Savoni's done so twice already. No shot count on the board yet. But so far has had to work hard, at least 4 or 5 major attacks in the first 17 minutes. Pass down the field, goes to the other goalkeeper. Getting back to the conversation when it comes to Stevanovic. It's been discussed that he's been recruited recently and in the conversation recruitment by several Division I schools in the Big Ten and ACC. He's had a strong few weeks, also a former representative at the under-17 national level for Canada as part of the TFC Academy as well. Working around defensively, Windsor City breaks it up again. Looking for a sprint race, Stevanovic. Working with Antoniuk. Gianni is back into play, and right back into play, Windsor City FC off the touch of Electric City. Quickly thrown around, back around the midfield. One player goes for a tumble, doesn't get the whistle. The others continue on the near side. Pass back along. Pinobaro, and a whistle. And a push. Playing the case is Papicic. Let's take a look. Does get caught up a bit there, so a free kick from up close. Seymour with the chance. From inside 20 yards from the goal. Can he get it inside the woodwork? Already 2 cross attempts set up by Seymour already this match. In the past 5 minutes alone. Nice head, but out. Goal kick. Let's look at the replay as you see the nice slice. Just more so off the face of Viveshaft, but it going wide by about 10 feet. Nearly halfway through the first half of play, still 0-0, still no shots technically on the target. Savoni on another goal kick. Looking forward is Electric City. They pick it back up. Lobel kicks it back down. Out of the traffic, taken away by Electric City again. Oshana this time with the breakup. Toniuk trying to provide pressure for a split second there. Viveshaft able to kick along the far side instead. Viveshaft. Back to Heath, the captain. Moved ahead, Seymour. A sprint to the inside of the box. Once again, Savoni there, the first one there. Kicked away. Electric City again on the goal kick coming with it. The wind gust starting to go towards the Electric City side of the pitch. That's impacted some of the various shots and been able to help more Electric City's case than Windsor City's. Creswick. Moved again to Heath. Back to Creswick. Moved to Seymour. Back along Lewis. Seymour. Down the near side. Barely holding on to it. Alvarez now. Looking for another cross. Looking for spaces, Buckley. Surrounded and shedding off his defender, but it rolls out. A signal for the corner. Let's look. Buckley waited for the corner to develop. Kernia right nearby. But the officials do say they think it went off Windsor City. Seymour again. Broken up fast. Kernia. And Toniuk rounds the corner. And taken away quickly by Alvarez. Electric City putting full pressure on. Kicked ahead by Buckley. Goal kick coming. So another reset taken by Electric City. Pressure continuing to mount in these late stages here. Grisolpi, by the way, for those curious on the table, just the weekend 48 points, 16-3. Vaughan, Missouri, and Simcoe County, the top 3 this year. County Monsters playing today as Lewis with it after the Windsor City FC attempt on the attack. Kick back to the near side. With it is Wisdom. Wisdom off the slide, taken away. Lobel with the nice slide. Lewis. Taking Seymour. Back and forth. Seymour. Not able to hold to it. Now it's Stevanovic. Kick back, but out. Bring it back to touch. Electric City with a throwing incoming. So good slide tackles from Francis and Lobel so far, for example. Francis, once one of the young players of the roster. Hao Yun, born in 2005, that puts him around 18 years old for this matchup today. That Creswick. Back and forth to fourth to Lewis. Now Seymour trying to get to Lewis, kicked off the back of another player instead. Seymour goes the other way to Buckley. The shot, the score. Nigel Buckley starts off the scoring. Electric City's up 1-0. And you had to wonder when. First shot technically on target, but on the 7th or so attack already today, it's Buckley who breaks the lid on the scoring with his game first, but team 10th on his campaign.
Electric City goal scored by number 7.
So that coming around the 25th minute of play.
Goal coming in the 25th minute. That's Nigel Buckley, number 7.
Windsor City FC set to restart play. And we're back underway. Francis. Not going to kick to the other side, but broken up again in transit by Heath. Now with it, Tomenko. Now back to the far side. Looking around is Alvarez. Wind blows it to Creswick. Moved ahead to Lewis. Trying to sidestep Seymour. Back along the far side. Buckley. Trying to kick through traffic. And broken up once again. Aguilera. Aguilera, the captain's patch here today as Antoniuk gets it. Antoniuk loops it to Lobel. From the midfield back towards the defensive layer. Looking far side. Mart Lewis. And a whistle drawn. So a free kick coming up here, just outside the box. Here's the stat line now. 1-0 Electric City. Buckley with 10 goals, now in 19 caps for Electric City FC. Meanwhile, Antoniuk to set up for about 23 yards from the goal. 3 players to defend. 3 Windsor City FC players still set on defense behind him. Antoniuk, team's leading scorer this year, 13 goals. And this time broken up quick. Tomenko, broken up and rolls it along. I want to spin and a quick whistle. Free kick. Sent around to Alvarez. Electric City resuming play fast. So Alvarez, as you see him getting back into rhythm. Lewis. Seymour. Looking around. Back in the mid layer. Ashana. Hubble. 5 shaft. Buckley. Again, Alvarez. Roving midfield so far. Seymour. Give and go. Worked across the logo. Back to Buckley from the right wing. Looking for the one time. Instead it goes to Lewis outside the box. Trying to sidestep Francis. Choosing right. Given to Seymour to regroup. Seymour given back around, still looking to try and find space to reset. Creswick given to Lewis. Back and forth. Oshana and Lewis. Oshana. On the turf. Seymour. Move back again. Now to Lewis. Worked away from Francis and kicked off the face of a Windsor City player. Kept inside the Windsor City half of the pitch, now taken back out. 29 minutes into play, 1-0 your score. Buckley, the first person to break through on the score sheet for Electric City FC today. Buckley, meanwhile, chasing it down. Jakulik trying to pass and kicked up in towards a car. And the ball tries to join the car. Instead, it will go into the grass, way out of play. Alvarez quick on the throw, and the Electric City attack continues. Or now down low. Navarro, punched up by Savoni. Windsor City kicks it away from trouble for a moment. Back to Lewis. Over the slide tackle. And Electric City FC to bring it back into touch. There's that stat line one more time. And again, that's looking strong for Electric City, who's needing the win today, as we talked about, for their postseason hopes. Oshana forced to take it all the way back. Electric City forced to reset. Toniak trying to provide pressure. Kick to the opposite end near side now in turn. Lewis. Sidesteps Francis. Now regathers. Working now with wisdom. Once again, back to Creswick. Seymour. Bounced to Viveshaft. Seymour. Creswick. Seymour. Creswick. Seymour. Creswick. Lewis. Creswick. Heath. Creswick. Heath. Just continuing to pass back and forth, waiting for the holes as Papachik takes it away. Very quiet today, trying to break it up. Taken back by Electric City. Moved up to Alvarez. On the chance, Buckley trying to slide in and keeps it in. But Windsor City FC takes it out for the corner. And another corner opportunity. A great effort by Buckley. But it's Carnia who can't keep it along the goal line. Buckley this time for the corner. Sailed up, quick shot. And that goes to the near side along the grandstands. May notice some of the equipment laying along as you see this shot. Not able to find its way along. Just so happen Canadian football season is just about to start in the near future. As a matter of fact, St. Clair and its Saints getting ready for its home opener against the London Beefeaters September 2nd. You can catch that here on We Digital the next time. Action continuing from the Acumen Stadium facility. Hit off the tushy of one player. Another tripped up. Fans raising their hands. All while Babone looks to charge ahead. Lewis taking it away quickly. About 12 minutes remaining, estimated, here in this first half of play. Alvarez. Lewis. Creswick. Worked around again. Around to Oshana, and again back to Heath. Sailed high and caught by Savani. Looking to kick it ahead. And just about kicked it up towards Ikpenobaro, who was next to him. Taken instead by Windsor City. Moved up from the near side, looking for the cross, and sails away for a goal kick. Johnny Ferry, the intended target initially. But for those who have kept an eye on League One Ontario play here at this facility is known for significant wind gusts, especially at the level of play. That wind currently just so happens to still be blowing strongly towards Electric City's side of the pitch and towards St. Clair's College's main campus facilities. Seymour moved around, 5 shaft. Work to Alvarez. Lewis on the position, wide open from the left wing. Broken up by Francis and Lobel. Moved around Alvarez, second chance. Savoni on the bubble. Regathers for the save. 4 shots so far technically on the target. Many more Electric City attempts so far. Now the chance on the boost. And again, off to the parking lot goes the ball. And someday that ball will return from the parking lot. So a throw-in from the far side for Windsor City. DeBrant back into touch. Kicked up by Electric City. Wisdom. And taking a hard whistle again. Aguilera taking the free kick. Quick. Trakulik. Much one of the players with Windsor City FC who just so happens to have experience with St. Clair's collegiate side for the Saints on soccer. Now he watches the work inside. The chance in the box. Oh, and kicked around. And multiple signals there as that goes out for a goal kick either way. The one that does matter in that sequence. Tmenko able to have things broken up there as things got very tight with him trying to get the ball with Creswick right next to his hands. Under 10 minutes to play, estimated and unofficially when it comes to that time, pending added time, mind you. Windsor City FC, 2 shots on the target. Taken away in, all on the far side again. Worked up Creswick, now to Lewis. Seymour, Lewis. Now Alvarez. Switch between Lobo and Aguilera on the defensive assignment. Now back to Trakulik's defensive grouping. Alvarez watching Seymour work. Oshana. Lewis. Upon the lot from the left wing today, and a tackle leads to a whistle. Free kick. You can see that from there. You see the hit on the foot, and down goes Lewis. And right back to play. Shana. 5 shaft. Around Francis nearly with the handball. Seymour in the box to Lewis. Looking for the chance. Spinning back but broken up. But another corner kick signal. And Lewis wanted the shot chance. Seymour will take the near corner. All but one of the set pieces taken by him so far from the corners. Looking for the header and not getting to the target. But Obaro, the one to touch it. And back the air direction for the goal kick. Time closing quickly in the first half of play. Still 1-0. 1-0 to Electric City. Touched too much upon the scoreline for the last game, but it is worth mentioning that they did add 11 goals on the campus of Fleming College last time out a week ago today. That was against Unionville Milliken SC. Fleming College, the same venue they also had to play at home to Guelph United, of course. Now, adding to that goal margin on the season, trying to approach the 30-plus advantage on the year. With it again, out to the Windsor City field attempt on the attack. Buckley. Alvarez. Again, Seymour. Looking for Lewis and can't get to him. Flag already raised the other direction for the throw-in. So Windsor City looking for some offensive spark to close off the half. Walter Costanza, the head coach of Windsor City. And still Windsor City throw in. Toniak. Kick back along your side and look out. Pavone backing up into Creswick on the momentum. And he does help him back up. It's the official talking with Pabone. Watch sequence on this pass. Pabone backing up with the momentum, couldn't slow down. We keep playing in the 40th minute. Creswick. Heath. Passing away from the zipping car in the parking lot. Alvarez looking to zip in the box. And throw in for Windsor City to bring it back into touch. Once again, stay tuned after the game tonight to keep an eye on who picks up the final Windsor City FC Flames Fried Chicken Man of the Match Award of the season. Once again, Flames Fried Chicken, downtown Windsor. Electric City back with it again and taken back away again. Windsor on the attack. All right. Trying to pass. And Electric City thought a handball, and Electric City does get the ball after 4 or 5 players shout for the whistle. So Electric City does have the ball for a free kick here. Creswick quickly kicking it. 5 shot. Wisdom. From the far side on the cross. And that will set up the corner. All that as well. That knocks down a tree. That is unfortunate for the tree. Buckley, this time, will take his second corner attempt of the match. Electric City looking aggressive on the set. Headed away by Pabone. Like he had moon shoes on with the height. Now it's Buckley looking for another cross. Bouncing off one cleat, bouncing it off another. Electric City growing the gap. It's 2-0. And a lot of traffic in front. Let's see what that angle looks like to know who got the touch. At least 5 different players were in there. Here's the replay. And watch where this goes on the second chance. Originally, great header to break it away. But on the cross here is where it gets interesting. And right there, off of Heath. Heath gets the goal. That's his 3rd of the season in 20 caps for the captain. It's 2-0. Lewis trying to bring it back up. A lot of top spin on this. It kicked away.
In the 44th minute of play.
44th minute of play sees the second goal for Electric City. Just approaching the end of the first half of play as the sun gets ready to start to set here in Windsor. Kicked up by Seymour. Headed back down. Alvarez. Pressured by Stevanovic. Still battling in front of the official, and now whistles blow as Bastian Aguilera going down there and now getting close on discussions. Oh, by the way, we're in added time here. No signal on the added time on the board since a lot of traffic right in front at that exact second. But now they're discussing things with the Windsor City FC bench. And the book is indeed out. 2-0 Electric City. Heath picking up the goal moments ago. And with the booking, the yellow card is confirmed to go to Windsor City FC's bench. Francis, meanwhile, back in play. On the near side, Francis, the cross. Headed away. Aguilera right off the card. My goodness, a save. Domenko using all his length to be able to get the save. And that ends the first half of play. A very quick first half of play, it felt like. But for Electric City, things going the way they needed it to go for the table points. 2-0 Electric City is the advantage over Windsor City FC. When we come back, the second half of play set to start. You're watching We Digital from Acumen Stadium in Windsor, Ontario. Welcome back, everyone, to Windsor, Ontario. For more coverage of League One Ontario play, 2-0 the advantage for Electric City FC here from the Rose City. Justin Prince with you here on We Digital to get ready for the second half of play. For those who missed the first half, here's the breakdown. The first goal of the matchup coming early on, around halfway through the first half, after several chances, not counting on shots on target, but at least 5+ attacks. The first shot to count, Nigel Buckley putting up his 10th target into the back of the net of the season. Then, right before the 45th minute, around 44 minutes in, Bradley Heath put in the second goal after a second cross attempt after the initial corner was headed away by Pabon, but right back to Buckley, who eventually landed it right in the heart of traffic to the captain and Heath. Then, moments later, a yellow card was awarded to the Windsor City FC bench. And that is the story of the first half. Second half just about to get started here from Windsor. Electric City to start. One more Windsor City FC player waiting on to make it to the pitch. And now we can start some soccer again. Or football. We're underway, second half. Working, starting from the near side. 5-shaft. Now Heath. Back along Creswick. Heath. 5-shaft. Seymour. 5-shaft. Seymour has been really utilized a lot this half as a playmaking midfielder in this matchup to try and set up crosses. Keep an eye on him, lower right corner. Now to him, in fact. Seymour. Trying to sprint past Ivanovic and Toniak. Kicked away. Right back to Viveshaft. Buckley. Quick passing. Once again trying around the corner. Benobaro quickly taken away. Moved up the far side. Barrow through traffic. Taken away. Heath with it again. Just past a minute into the second half of play. 2-0 Electric City here on We Digital. The final game of the season for Windsor City FC. Buckley, meanwhile, broken up, trying to set up a cross, kicked up to the sky and through the sun. Now the downside coming into tonight when it comes to Windsor City FC, they'll be playing in the championship next year, as they did not reach the cut line coming into this evening for points. Electric City will be set to play in the first division for 2024 per the Road to 2024 standings, getting that advantage by 12 points over the cut. Whistle, free kick. Keep in mind, as part of the new relegation system and promotion system, a third team level is set to start in 2024. That being announced just in the past couple of days. The same ownership group that owns the Sudbury Wolves and the Sudbury Five announcing they are joining League One's Men's League Two division for the Sudbury Cyclones next year to start, the first to join. Whistle for another free kick. Now, that organization putting a lot of reputable teams in the area, getting the idea of the Sudbury Cyclones name from the team's National Soccer League organization for the 1970s. They'll play home games at the James Jerome Sports Complex, hoping to get promotion as part of the first team ever to join League Two play, looking to make that route. Headed away after the free kick, trying to set the cross. Sprints it back and kicked away. Throw in coming from the far side. And for those who also know that group, that's also including the Sudbury Spartans Football Club. That's a part of that respective family for SW Sports and Entertainment. Dario Zolich always making sure that the organization's added fastly at that level. Also, we'll be setting up youth academies. High shot, high deflection. Meanwhile, from Windsor City. Tmenko having to jump high and far to break up the shot. Just the third shot on target for Windsor City. And that coming very quick. Worked around meanwhile after the deflection and the goal kick. Creswick working back and forth with Heath. Oshana. Lewis. The left wing to Wisdom. Looking for the cross chance. Instead going to the playmaker Alvarez. Looking for the one time, but wide of the woodwork. Lots of pressure today for Savoni. Has been handling it very well with the 3 for 5 in terms of the same percentage, but the multiple other chances he's had to break up today. Kicked out to the parking lot, and the ball that's already out of the parking lot has a new friend. Throw in from the far side coming up. Now, as someone retrieves the ball from right next to that very expensive car from the 2010s, you still see how things play out. Nigel Buckley has been very influential in this matchup. About 700 minutes played coming into today. With this matchup, will approach and breach the 800 mark to end the campaign. Heath, 1,800 minutes and 20 caps. Back on our way, Electric City with it. Buckley. Looking in the box. The chance in traffic. Dancing around it. Barrow can't keep it. Seymour. Drip down. Lewis. Looking. Shooting. Retrieving. Move back to Buckley. The cross slid out for a corner. But Barrow the target. So from the near side, we'll do another corner. There's been plenty of them today. From Seymour. Header from Buckley. 5 shaft. Retreating to the far side. They'll reset with Oshana. 5 shaft. Floated through trouble. Punched away. Savoni. Given to Antoniuk. He has numbers. Having to stop. Forced to retreat. Lewis surrounds both sides, and a throw-in. Windsor City FC to bring it back into touch. Part of that setup again by Stevanovic. Stevanovic has been hitting his stride as talked about going into today, with the attention brought to him from the United States at the D1 level. Back the other direction. Electric City. Part of the conversation point when it comes to Stevanovic again. He got a lot of chances around the midpoint of the season. Made a name for himself when he picked up 4 total goals in the campaign, including a hat trick to start off the season in the first couple matches. One player is down from Electric City. That is Wisdom back up as the ball bounces off the grandstand. Wisdom back up on the pitch. Buckley is currently bringing it back into touch and taken away. Here comes Antoniuk. Pabon ahead. Trying to juke right. Antoniuk wanted a whistle, doesn't get one. Move back to midfield. Alvarez to Lewis. Alvarez. Oshana. Seymour. Oshana. Seymour. Alvarez hopping back. playing around with the first attacking layer, Stevanovic and Pabon. Then there's the second grouping. Toniak has blended in along with the midfielders. Galera and Lobel back there. Francis prime pressure. Looking for the cross-up. Headed away. Carnia. And Wisdom chasing out. But a corner is coming up from the far side. You see the multiple logos across this facility, including for Canadian football. Those who want to watch along, we hope to see you on September 2nd, watching along as the St. Clair Saints take on the London Beefeaters. That'll be the next time We Digital will have coverage of action from Acumen Stadium. Once again, be sure to tune in for the season opener. They started off their season in winning fashion against the Ottawa Sooners earlier today. Back away and off the woodwork. A header back and picked up by Savoni. Thrown out from traffic. Kicked back into it by Lewis. Looking, and Savoni talking as he gets the goal kick coming up. And that got nerve-wracking for a second. So a few seconds to be able to gather up the ball for Savoni. 6 shots so far on the target from Electric City. Windsor City FC has been under full pressure since the day started. Antonia trying to slide. Can't get to it. Out of touch. Back into touch by Buckley. Worked up to Lewis. On the far side, let's see how bright it's starting to get from the scoreboard compared to the skylight. Here comes the stride from Babone. Looking up, kicks it off one. Antoniuk can't kick it past another. Aguilera. Work back outside. Barr. Lewis with the tackle. But throw in Windsor City FC. From the far side. And quickly to a goal kick. It's been a trouble at time this season for Windsor City FC. Last year towards the bottom of the table. This year moving up to the mid-table or the fringes of it with their 6-11-2 record. If they were to break through and come back today, a chance to skip Derby FC in the standings. If not, they finish out the year at least with a day to go, tied with Derby, along with St. Catharines Roma, the Wolves. Back up the field, Electric City. Up on the chance. Benobaro sliding right into Savoni and multiple whistles fly. And the referee checks in on him after the contact on the slide. And Savoni with a kick. Marco Pisic checking in on him. Antoniuk looking to check the ball forward. And a chance just out of the reach of the strides of Zavanovic. '57th minute, 2-0 still the score for Electric City. From the far side. Worked ahead. Barrow can't get to him in the traffic. Babone passes away from it. Barrow and a whistle. Just inside the middle third of the pitch for a free kick. Pass quick, Windsor City FC. Passing it into 3 Electric City players, and now another whistle. Electric City gets the signal their way. And a look over as some discussion. One of the players not looking his way. Card walking away from Mitt. Free kick. Kicked far to midfield. Headed back and rolled back to the defenders. So far, no signals for substitutions yet in this matchup. As Lobel gets it. Alvarez takes it. Back up to the 59th minute. Buckley rounds the corner. Kernia in a sprint race with them, and an own goal. And that is not how you write the script. 3-0, Electric City. Windsor City own goal. We got Pavicic off of him in the box. Off the Buckley attempt.
In the 60th minute, own goal scored.
And on the own goal, it comes in the 60th minute.
3-0, Electric City 3, Windsor City 0.
13.
So Windsor City FC immediately kicks it for a goal kick to Electric City. And the spiral starts. Again, 3-0 your score. 60th minute of play, estimated. And Electric City, exactly where they needed this match to go today. Plus 30 on the goal differential in the season. And immediately, Pavicic trying to break it up. Instead, it's a throw-in. Brought back into touch by Buckley. Alvarez looking, trying to find wisdom, but instead missing. So to mention how things break down in terms of the upcoming games that need to be watched for that playoff bubble, for those final spots. Electric City players expect to be keeping an eye on the Pro Stars FC and Guelph matchup for the first of those point chances. Needing an upset there. Pro Stars, fourth to last in the table, 19 points on the season, a -20 goal differential. If not, there's Burlington SC taking on Von Ashuri. And that matchup's expected to be competitive. Von Ashuri plus 33 goal differential, tied for the most goals differentials of the season, by the way. And second in the table. But Burlington SC, very strong, 11-5-3. So differential for Guelph, a lot of draws have helped them pick up points in the table. Again, keep an eye on that by going to the League One Ontario website, as well as following along on social media. On X, as it's now called, at L10 Men's. Meanwhile, in action, it goes back and forth to midfield. Alvarez, out from the trouble, taken up by Oshana. Alvarez. Back, forth. Alvarez watching Oshana. Giving it to Buckley. Out of the reach of Kernia. Passed up for the chance, off the knees. And the shot attempt by Igbenobaro again. Baldwin Igbenobaro. Throw in from the far side. Moved up. Seymour. And once again to the fringes of the box. Buckley for the cross. And the wind starting to flatline. Goal line. Out. And immediately off the goal kick, taken away. But Windsor City FC to get it back. Here comes the stride. Stevanovic. Looking, shooting. Can't get to the rebound. Buckley. Taken up by Lewis. Surrounded by 3 Windsor City players. 2 collapse back to the middle. Seymour. Move back forth to Seymour again. Looking outside. Changing things up is Alvarez. Looking for Buckley. And not able to get to his cleat. And goal kick is signaled. 65th minute, slowly approaching unofficially. 3-0 Electric City FC. And a player is down for Windsor City. It's Fabian Francis who is down. And one of his teammates trying to help with his left leg, you can see there. Again, for those just tuning in a few minutes ago, Pavicic putting in an own goal to make it 3-0 and move Electric City's goal differential in 2023 to a +30. So the training staff, in the meantime, assisting with the player of Francis. That's one of his first starts on home pitch. In turn, we talked a little bit earlier on in the matchup about Windsor City FC and some of their performances coming in. All as Francis gets back up to his feet and to the side to check with the trainer. And Windsor City FC, we talked about, has had some rough moments on the road. Electric City, they've had ups and downs. How big? 2 wins, 1 tie, and a couple losses. Some of those matchups big, whistle blown, and we'll go back to Electric City. But there's that stat line. This is in part the situation. They lost to Guelph 3-0. That put them in this bind on the points. The Unionville Milligan win, putting them in a good position with tonight as well. But as a result, that Guelph matchup, but also some of those other points left on the table and given to others on said table, they look to see what happens tomorrow across Ontario. Moved up meanwhile and moved back. Looking far. Wisdom. Has a chance. Down the line. And again, Savani there. Antoniuk with a good chance. Nearly taken up. Stand by Electric City. Antoniuk runs around them all. Moved over. Barrow with some traffic. Picked up again. Demenko. 67th minute. 3-0. Seymour gets it off the bounce. More pressure, but picked up again. 5 shaft. Up to Lewis. Seymour. Move back up. Alvarez. Lewis now moving back a bit. Wisdom moving towards one of the wing spots in these past few minutes for those who have kept a keen eye. Alvarez trying to get passed back. Instead goes to Seymour. The main strikers currently set on the edge of the box. The defenders working back to midfield. Heath back to Viveshaft. Up to Buckley. The cross. And kept alive in the corner. Lewis. Now rotates back in. And kicked out. And a signal for the other direction. Windsor City throw in Lewis. You see Lewis thought it might have been the other way. And now some substitutions being signaled for the first time today. Electric City making their first change. Coming in for Isaac Wisdom. That's DeAndre Watkins, number 25. And Windsor City FC has also made a change. Cole Tezelin is now on the pitch. As a Windsor City FC player is being walked along the sideline. Remember, there was already that sequence a moment ago with Francis. There's a look at Francis right there as he gets joined by the coaching staff. Work back along the far side. Barr. Watches Stefanovic try and break for space away from Lewis. Stefanovic again, far side. On the give and go. Off the tackle attempt. The shot off the goalkeeper. Viveshaft kicks it away. Aguilera retakes it. The kick to Babone. Way off the mark, and Electric City retakes it. Currently, unofficially, at under 20 minutes to go. 3-0, Electric City. Watkins. Passed up once again, Buckley. On his own, stopped by Savani. Watkins has it kicked away by Lobel. And Electric City to bring it back into touch on the throw-in. We'll set that up from the far side quick. Oshana. Seymour. Cheswick. And off the uprights, no good. Goal kick. Our two near full darkness here in Windsor. The sun now starting to shine. Not so brightly, in fact, it's behind every single tree, except for maybe a couple. Electric City back with possession. Lewis. Looking for the angle. From the left wing, off of Savoni's cleats. Roll back Seymour. Up the midfield. And a whistle. Oshana. And Electric City quickly takes the free kick. Alvarez immediately has a shove. And a yellow card immediately being issued to Antoniuk. As a result of that back and forth exchange. So things getting tied up there, and we've seen the shove at the very end, triggering that as well. Our second yellow card issued today. Here's a look at Windsor City's stat line, as talked about verbally before. The last time they were in the win column was when the last time they were at home against Masters. Masters FA, that opponent, but 4 matchups, 3 losses, 1 tie away from Acumen Stadium. All as the summer coming to a close. Seymour, Oshana. Seymour, Oshana. Oshana to Seymour. Seymour to Oshana. Oshana to Seymour again. And Buckley moving it around. No one in the box yet on the positioning, just to the edge of the flag. Buckley to Seymour. Kicked quick, reset. Oshana. Still looking for a lane. Alvarez, Seymour. No one's been able to find any hole to poke through. Stefanovic making it difficult. On the pass, forced to regroup, back to Heath. Oshana. Alvarez watching Seymour kick back to Oshana again. It's been a very familiar rhythm. Oshana. Again passed. To Oshana again. Now Seymour and Oshana. Lewis puts himself into the passing game. Again. On the far side, now with Alvarez. Lewis. Poked. Taken. Kicked off Lewis for a moment. Windsor City FC still trying to pass away amongst their defenders and drawing the free kick. And some of the discussion amongst some of the Windsor City FC players as they set up. Officially the count around 15 minutes left. Move back to Lobel. Lobel gets it back. Now with it, Teslin. Lobel, off the right foot. Antoniuk, very quiet today. One of the top scorers this year in the league. Now Stefanovic. Nifty passing Babone, trying to get to Lobel for an attack, not able to do so. Move back to the goalkeeper. Unofficially 14 minutes left, not including any added time. It's been very minimal stoppage time here today in the Rose City. And Electric City said themselves they wanted to control every facet of the game. They've done so. Free kick. Seymour passing to his left. And another whistle, and here comes the card. And they go straight up towards Babone, believe. And another card. So Electric City free kick. Things getting chippy to end the season. Taken away by Windsor. Antoniuk. Move back to Teslin. Taken. Oshana. Alvarez. Up around Creswick. Back out to Lewis. Lewis wanting it. Now trying to find an angle. He has Watkins nearest to him on the attack chance. Worked up to Buckley from the other side. Buckley. Lewis. Spinning, drawing, whistle. And that's right at the end of the box. Let's see what happens here. That may be a free. Windsor City talking things over here. Is this going to be a penalty or is this going to be a free? Because it looked like he was outside the box. Johnny Ferry is confirmed to be the credit for a yellow card there, by the way. So Windsor City with 3 yellow cards this match. 3 is confirmed just outside the box by about a yard. And a quick shot. And quickly stopped, Savani. Train back is the defense for Electric City. Moved up quick. Alvarez poked and taken. Bounced around and another whistle, and here comes the book. Possibly. No. They'll break things apart. Currently inside the 80th minute, unofficially. Back to Savoni and kicked up and out. Moved up, Ferry. And now Electric City player is down. Antoniuk. And the breakup. Aguilera misses. And a signal for substitutions. Coming out, Binobaro. Coming in, Dio Tokole, 28. And immediately getting put to work, throw in from Windsor City. Lobel. Ferry. Antoniuk. Kicked out. Windsor City. They'll start setting up the corner. Antoniuk. Lewis. Taken up by Watkins. And a slide tackle breaks it up, and a kick off his booty. '83rd minute unofficially. Seymour. Kicked about. For a chance. And an awkward location, Buckley. But that'll set up a goal kick. And then our whistle for substitution. Million Kefle in for Kornia. And out for a throw-in. Coming up towards 5 minutes unofficially on the season to go. And thrown down is Watkins. Seymour kicks it away. Moved around. Up along the far side. Fine shaft. Seymour. Seymour gets it around again. Closing minutes of the season for Windsor City. Kicked away by Savoni outside the box. Goal kicked away. Around, up to Alvarez. And out of the reach of Buckley. So for Windsor City FC, as things dial down on the season, this will move them to 6-12-2 and a player down and a yellow card immediately. First Electric City yellow card of the night. And Antonia, the team's leading scorer, gets helped back up. For Electric City, they do their part in the hunt for the postseason. 11-5-4. Kicked out, and Windsor City FC to bring it back into touch.
I thought he said he wants one off of me.
So you want one in the center and two to qualify?
So the final couple minutes here on the season. Again, very thankful to have you along for this season here on We Digital. And another whistle for the free. So Windsor City FC putting up 7 shots today, 12 on the target for Electric City. Savoni with a lot of the pressure today, still able to put up a sizable performance today. 9 for 12 in the saves, about a 75% save percentage in this matchup. One of the goals, mind you, was an own goal. So Electric City trying to play keep away to end in a whistle. Tackle. And a quick free kick trying to end things off here. Seymour. Back and forth. So we reach added time. 2 minutes of added time left. About 92 minutes. Play 2 on your screen. Another free kick to close out the night.
Two minutes of stoppage time has been added. 2 minutes of stoppage time has been added.
So 2 minutes stoppage time, once again, to repeat, has been added. Extra time now in play to end off this season for Windsor City. Lewis. Working through traffic, kicked. Quick shot, stops Savoni. One more chance on the season to add some points, and goals broken up. Electric City now trying to play keep away. And another free kick coming up. Alvarez. And Seymour.
Sebastian Aguilera thing, it'll be number 7. Number 7, I repeat, number 7.
So down to the final 30 seconds or so on the season. Be sure to stick around for the Flings Fried Chicken Player of the Match from Windsor City FC. Lots of attacks led along the field today. It's not been easy, even with the stat line looking the way it's been. Just to say that, but the matter is, lots of attacks. Another chance here for free, and more discussion and more whistles. So just down to the final couple ticks on the clock for the season for Windsor City FC. For their 2023 League One Ontario season. One more free kick to end the year. Buckley to take it. With Seymour alongside, now they change it instead. Vibeshaft to take it instead. Seymour on the charge ahead, the quick shot to the back of the net, scores. And one more for the stat sheet for Vibeshaft. 4-0 with the goal in added time. Vibeshaft's 9th of the season, just one behind Buckley. So Windsor City FC ends things off for 2023. It's Electric City with a 4-0 victory as they get the win they needed. Now they need some luck tomorrow for the chance at the playoffs. Again, Vibeshaft credited with the goal to end off the stat line for Electric City's 4-0 victory. Again, the Flames Fried Chicken, player of the match coming up in just a few moments today. As alluded to in terms of a lot of the attacks today when it comes to Windsor City FC. While that stat sheet still shows the nil for them, they did have 7 shots, but many of attacks led throughout the matchup by Stevanovic. Multiple other shots, and Toniuk leading some of the charges in the later stages as well. But only one player can get that final Man of the Match award from Flames Fried Chicken. Some of the Windsor City players gathering around to close things out today as part of the celebrations, as they give a round of applause to the fans and shake hands with the officials to close. Once again, Flames Fried Chicken, player of the match, being announced now, and is confirmed to be Stevanovic. Stevanovic awarded with that today multiple times, especially in the first half of play, leading the charge on attacks. Every chance he touched the ball, he was able to break ahead by several strides, set up several shots. Again, stellar second half of the season, especially for Stevanovic, after the early goal showed being a part of the attacking presence by the second half of the campaign for Windsor City. On that note, it's time to say goodbye. For the rest of our crew, I'm Justin Prince saying so long. Enjoy the rest of your night. Congratulations to Electric City winning 4-0 over Windsor City, as we thank you once more for watching League One Ontario play this season from Acumen Stadium here on We Digital. Good night.